Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. My fiance and I are getting married in December. His mum is the intrusive type, but she's nice overall and we somewhat get along. I hate to admit that wedding planning has been an absolute nightmare. His mum wasn't willing to agree on most things, and my fiance said that since he's her only son, then I should respect and appreciate this vision she has for the wedding and how it should be. Girl, it's your wedding. Not your freaking mother-in-law's wedding. The freaking mother-in-law, what is she doing? If you want to envision a wedding so bad, then have your own wedding again. Oh my gosh. She insisted to come along for wedding dress shopping. I took her with me and my mum and friends. I was so lucky to have found what I was looking for. But she picked a dress that she liked so much and said that she always pictured her son's bride in it. Mum and friends thought this line was creepy. I thought the dress was somewhat creepy and totally not my type. I apologized and thanked her for her vision, but told her that I already decided on a dress that I had envisioned myself wearing at my wedding. She got all pissy because of it apparently. Then must have told my fiance because he came home in the evening ranting about how I made his mum upset and turned down her help in choosing the wedding dress and excluded her from the process. I asked, what process? Duh, it's just a wedding dress. My wedding dress, so I really didn't get how she should get a say at all. He got upset and said this attitude of mine isn't working on him or his mum. He said I should consider the dress his mum wanted to buy, especially knowing that both dresses weren't that much different anyway. Like she said, but I told him yes, they were different. Like, so much different. Yo, another one of these man-childs. Come on. How could you upset my mum? How could you do that to my mum? My mum wanted you to buy this dress, so you should have bought that dress. It's her wedding dress. I don't understand why he feels like his mum should get a say in it. Jeez. Like, just because she didn't get to wear that dress in her own wedding doesn't mean she has to force someone else to wear it. Oh my gosh. She reminds me of one of those parents where they want their kids to be a doctor because that's their own dream and they couldn't achieve it, so they want to achieve it through their kids. Pathetic. Anyways, we argued about it and then we dropped it. Yesterday I came home and found out that he had returned my wedding dress and replaced it with the one his mum wanted. What? Well, I called him and he was straightforward about what he did and why he did it. I lost it and started screaming at him. He asked me to calm down and really give this dress a chance. I refused to even listen. I screamed at him without giving him a chance to speak. He got home and we had an argument. I then went to stay with one of my friends and he kept calling and calling and then texting saying that I overreacted and it's his wedding too, so it wasn't cool how I screamed at him. It's your wedding too, but it doesn't mean you get to choose a dress for her. Are you the one wearing the dress? No. Yo. Oh my god, I just want to whack everyone. He insisted I give this dress a chance. He went on and on about how his mum has a vision and good intentions and just wants what's best for me as her future daughter-in-law. Screw your vision. Screw it. Screw the freaking vision. Oh my god, if I hear that word one more time, I'm gonna whack him. My mum is livid and has been wanting to go scream at him and his mum, but my dad said that this isn't worth ruining my relationship with my in-laws. He suggested I wisen up and go with the flow, but is it too much for me to be able to pick my own wedding dress without being guilted about it just to keep the peace? Oh my gosh, you're supposed to pick your own wedding dress. No, you should not go with the flow, because if you do this for them, at the end of the day, in your entire marriage, you're probably going to have to do everything that the mother-in-law says and everything that your husband says because they sound so freaking controlling. They're literally controlling her on what she should wear to her own wedding. Like, please, 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 girl. I think that's a sign that, you know. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many stories we have read where we're just like, divorce him, girl, divorce him. If that was me personally, okay, I'm just saying if that was me, I wouldn't be marrying him. But I don't know, girl. I don't know what you think. Maybe you should wisen up and, you know, do what's best for you, okay? You know what's best, right? Leave him. Honestly, I would have just left and be like, okay, well, if you want that dress so much, then just find someone who will wear it for you. Bye. I am an aunt to my 1-year-old niece, Ava. My sister and brother-in-law live close to me, so I babysit for them sometimes. They don't pay me, but I'm happy to do it anyway. On Friday was their anniversary, and they asked me 3 weeks in advance if I could babysit. I provisionally agreed because I had nothing else planned. My plans changed, however, when some of my old college friends told me they were stopping by my town on Friday. I haven't seen them in nearly 3 years and really wanted to see them. I gave my sister 5 days notice that I could no longer babysit on Friday and that she should make other arrangements. She didn't respond to the text, but she read it, so I assumed it was okay. On Friday, however, sister stopped by my house with Ava. I was confused and asked why she was here. She told me she was leaving Ava with me as originally planned. I said again I was busy. She replied that family is more important than my silly college friends, and I should step up to my responsibility as an aunt. Before I could protest, she bolted back to the car where brother-in-law was and they drove off, leaving Ava with me. I tried to call her after she left, but she had her phone off and none of my calls went through. Wow, that's so irresponsible of the parents. If you know that, your sister can't babysit for you anymore, you should find someone else. Okay, that's your kid, dude. Your kid is your responsibility. Since when did your sister become your kid's responsibility, Like, I understand that she did say that she can babysit, but then plans changed. And then she gave them 5 days notice that, she can't do it anymore. So in those 5 days, the sister should have found someone to babysit her kid. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't leave Ava alone, but I also didn't want to cancel my plans. There's no other family members who live near me. However, I do have a friend Jade who lives near. She is good with kids and does babysitting as a side hustle. I called her and explained the situation, even offering to pay her to look after Ava, but she was understanding and said she'd do it for free. I thanked her profusely and dropped Ava off. I texted my sister to say I left Ava with Jade and to collect her from her house. It's relevant to the story that neither sister nor Ava know Jade personally. My sister didn't respond immediately, but after about 2 hours, she started spamming my phone. I turned my phone off, as I was already out by that point anyway. They picked up Ava later that evening and she was perfectly happy. However, my sister and brother-in-law are furious at me for dumping Ava with a stranger. Even though they know Jade is a trusted friend of mine, they accused me of endangering my own niece. Many other family members have sided with them, and I've been getting angry texts all weekend. I really don't know what to think. I felt like I acted as best I could given the circumstances. For sure, I reckon they acted way better than their own sister. Honestly. Yo, you just should never drop your own kid off when that person tells you that they can't look after your kid anymore. Like, that's just irresponsible because that person says they can't look after your kid anymore, and if they actually leave, then your kid is just left there all alone. And look at them not being grateful that someone could take care of their kid. But why didn't they get someone to babysit their kid knowing the circumstances? Why would they still force their kid onto this person? And the sister isn't even paying them. If they were paying them, then I understand, because they were paid to look after the niece, but they weren't paid at all. Nothing. All right, moving on. I have been dating Jay for 4 months. He is handsome, smart, funny, well-educated, has an awesome job, and is a sweetheart. Sunday, he had a whole day planned for us. We were going to walk a nature trail and then back to his place for dinner he was making. I was so excited because it was going to be the first time I'd be at his house. Since we were hiking, he said I could bring my dog Shelby with us. He made us a roast and some vegetables for dinner. I finished my plate before Jay did and took it to the kitchen. There was still about half the roast left and it was close to Shelby's dinner time, so I took half of roast and some still raw vegetables from the fridge to put on a plate for Shelby. I was carrying the plate to the back door with Shelby to feed her outside, and Jay asked me what I was doing. I told him feeding Shelby. Jay said something like, well, that's not dog food. Jay knows I mainly feed Shelby a raw diet. I opened the door to put the plate down for Shelby, and Jay got up, took the plate away from her and went to the kitchen and came back with it wrapped up in tinfoil and told me to leave. His excuse was that he made dinner for me and him, not me, him and my dog, and that I should have asked before I helped myself since he would have used his leftovers. I did leave, but not before telling him that he made that meal for us so I could do with some of it as I pleased, and he knew damn well how I feed Shelby. I tried talking to my friend about it later that night, but she said Jay was right to be upset, but this friend has never really approved of how I treat my own dog, so I feel like she was probably a bit biased and the wrong person to ask. Was I wrong for just feeding my dog like I normally would? Yes! You can do whatever you want at your own home, okay? But this is dinner that your boyfriend made for you. Put all his blood, sweat, tears. Okay, maybe I'm just exaggerating it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, your partner makes dinner for you and then you finish half and you still have half left over, and then you're gonna half that and give that to your dog. Like, that's a lot of food. Okay, like that's not even just scraps, all right? That's literally a quarter of someone's dinner. I reckon they were wrong. And who cares if Jay knows what she feeds her dog? Yeah, you can feed your dog however you want to feed her at home. If you're the one cooking the food, go ahead. But you can't feed your dog dinner that someone else has made you specially, you know? That's just so rude. That's just disrespectful. Imagine you going to like your friend's place and then she cooks you a nice meal and then you give half of that to your dog. And I love dogs, okay? I think dogs deserve everything in this world, right? And I would do anything for my dog. But this isn't about the dog. This is about how Jay would feel if he saw you giving half your dinner to your dog, pretty much. Like, he just wouldn't feel that appreciated, you know? And that was wrong of you. That's very freaking rude, honestly. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!